Puma Cell. Hands up if you remember that. What's good, guys? Ash Bash back again with another episode of Ash Bash Waffles on. And yes, it's dropping a day later because I went to a Puma event yesterday and I wanted to talk about that, so I figured I'm not going to record it at 11 in the night time. So in the morning, fresh when I'm awake, I will get it done, and that's what we've got for you today. So yesterday down in Shoreditch, there was an event, little event that was held by Puma, Footpatrol, and the panel, hashtag the panel, and very dope little event. Basically there was about 4 or 5 members of the panel on stage, one dude from Puma, and then obviously us in sort of the audience, and we could talk to panel guys about their opinions and talk to the Puma guy himself to hear about what Puma's got coming up, the whole Puma Cell technology and how they brought it back and all that. Very fun times, very enjoyable, actually very educational as well, because Puma is a brand. I did a video actually about 6 months ago saying, is Puma in 3rd place? Because I said Nike is clearly taking like the W at the moment. They're killing it, Nike Jordan brand. Adidas is default in 2nd place because generally they're actually on the up, to be fair. They've done a couple of good things lately. People was trying to diss them, but I'll get into that at another time. But Adidas is still there in 2nd place, but 3rd place kind of was up for grabs between all the brands. I personally thought that Puma was up next, was in 3rd place, and after seeing this event, going to this event, I think they are going to be in 3rd place for sure. And if what they're saying comes true and what they're looking to do in 2019, they should solidify 3rd place. I doubt they'd come for 2nd place because Adidas has too many influencers, too many big names like Kanye to overthrow them at the moment, but who knows. But yeah, the main part of the event was talking about the Puma Cell. They've brought back 3 models of shoes. I keep forgetting the 3rd name, but there's the Endura, the Venom, and the 3rd name that just escapes me every time I go to record this video. But I'll put a picture of all of the shoes down here. And it's very cool. Obviously they had all the shoes displayed up in the shop that it was in. Very cool. And we were speaking to the guy there from Puma. He was basically saying that the Cell technology came out is like 98, I believe it was. The first thing that I actually remember from the Cell was what someone brought up was Linkford Christie adverts and the whole making you run faster. That seemed to be the whole campaign, was that you put on these shoes and it's going to make you run faster. And back in the day, 1998, showing my age of course, I think I was just finishing secondary school. It was like a year or 2 to go in secondary school back then. And that was definitely a thing. Like if you wanted to run faster, that's like, yeah, Puma, the Cell technology. That's stuff that makes you run faster. But I don't think I actually had a pair, because still to me back then, it was pretty much Nike and Adidas was the cool things to have. No, Nike, Adidas and Reebok, that's a lie. Reebok was there. Reebok was definitely, I don't even know what place Reebok was at the time. It might have even been 2nd place because Reebok Classics was the thing to have at the time. But Puma was the shoe that you saw, the advert, it was sick and all that, but I personally never went for it. When it came to Puma back in the day, it was strictly football boots, Puma Kings, and I believe there was a Puma Cell football boot. I for some reason recall that. Puma Cell is known for that sort of Venom green sort of colour, and I'm sure there was a Puma football boot that was like that. I'm going to do a little Google and see if I can put up an image of it if I do find one. But I'm sure that was a thing. But yeah, speaking to the guy, basically they've come back with the Endura, and the Venom is out. I think it's on the 6th of December, I believe, that's coming out. So they're trying to rejig it and bring out another shoe from back in the day. I was speaking to my boy Sam, shout out to Sam Sagua, and was saying that I think they should have went with the Venom first rather than the Endura, because seeing the Endura, it's not a dead shoe, because I actually seen my boy Christopher Chu rocking on Instagram. It actually looks kind of fire on him, but it kind of gives you like a Air Max 95 kind of vibe and a bootleg Air Max 95 kind of vibe as well. So it's not a shoe that I think people are going to be super hyped about, because 95s, while they're not trash by any means, I personally not a big fan of them myself, but it's not like it's the hottest thing at the moment that people are like, oh, 95s. Air Max 1s, yeah, 97s, yeah, but 95s is not, it's not really that it. So for them doing a shoe that is kind of similar-ish to that, I don't think was the smartest choice for a sort of build up to the cell technology thing. But like the guy was saying, that's just one of the things that they're going to be building on. Like basically, with the cell, moving on from the, I can never think of the word, tripnomics. I can't say the word, but the technology they had before, basically, with the cell, it was basically having like visible technology on the shoe, just like you have air bubble. You can see the technology of the air bubble. They could have had it enclosed in the midsole, like you never know that air bubble was in there. But with the cell technology, they want to have a visible bit of technology on the shoe, which I think is a good idea. Getting the cell to the kids though, selling the cell to the kids, that's going to be the tough one. But I think it could be possible. As I mentioned before in my video a couple months ago, they have got quite a deep roster of like influencers that were with Puma. So it's possible that they could get the sort of kids and the younger crowd interested. Obviously the older crowd like myself, Puma Cell is going to sort of be like, oh yeah, I remember Puma Cell, and you might want to go for it and stuff. But for the younger kids, it's going to mean nothing. Olympic Christie is going to mean nothing to them. Usain Bolt, they had Usain Bolt on their roster, but he's not really going to be selling style. That's the thing with like shoes these days. It used to be athlete driven, but nowadays it's all about lifestyle. Like as I said, the Endurer is a running trainer really, but people use runners as lifestyle sneakers these days, and I think they're going down that lifestyle route. That's what they want to do anyway. So Usain Bolt's not the guy for that, because style wise, I couldn't even tell you what his style is like. If you're an athlete, yeah, you want to get the running stuff that he has, but style wise, oh no. But in the UK alone, they've got a couple artists like Krept and Conan, the big Puma guys, and what's the other guy's name? Mo Stack is a Puma guy as well. As I said, I think I mentioned it in the video before, he had some of the RS0s posted on his Twitter, and people were like, wow, what are these? People didn't notice the sort of Puma logo on it. They thought it was like some high-end sneakers. So Puma's doing their thing. With the cell technology though, they need to come up with a very, very smart marketing plan, and they need to get the right influencers to sort of push it. The grime artists that they've got so far, it's a step. I have seen more people than like I've ever seen really rocking Pumas these days. The Thunder Spectra, the RS0s, and they're doing quite a lot of collabs as well. They've got the Transformers collabs. And like the lady mentioned, I think next year she said, like, was it May or June? They're looking to do some sort of Marvel collabs as well. But I did a little Google and I did see a post from like October about a Venom collab like with the film. So I don't know if that already happened or what. It would make sense seeing as it's a Puma Venom sneaker. But if it happened, I totally missed it. But I'll try and throw up a picture if I can find it of that. But they said superheroes is a big thing at the moment. Obviously Jordan Brand's doing their thing with the Spider-Man and all that. So if they can find something like that to get the ball rolling, could be good. They had the Hot Wheels RSX that came out, kind of didn't move the needle a bit. I still see a full size run online, but selling out doesn't really mean a shoe is good or not. That's kind of something that we need to get away from. It's something that I need to talk to when I do a video probably next week about Adidas and the whole Yeezy hype and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, Puma Cell, they've got a tough job ahead of them. But speaking to the guys that work there, like for Puma, obviously they sound very passionate and they seem pretty confident that they're going to get to where they need to get to. I think the marketing team's got to be strong, and they've got to get it in the right influencers and micro influencers to get it out there. But we shall see. I don't know. At the moment, Puma is definitely in that third spot, hanging on. But for it to get anywhere close to the two big hitters, it's going to be a tough one. I think someone, I don't know if I'm making this up in my head, but someone did an example of like computer games companies where you've got PlayStation, Xbox, and then you've got Nintendo. Rather than Nintendo going directly for them power wise, they came and did like a sort of separate thing. So I think that's what Puma's going to have to do to get anywhere near where they are, like just sort of do their own sort of marketing, get it into their own sort of market for the sneaker, because competing head on with Nike and Adidas is going to be super tough, and I just don't know. Cell is a good idea. Some of the kicks that I saw there were nice. Will I be super hyped to go out of my way to get it straight away? I don't know. I actually looked on the Puma website today. I was looking through the whole catalogue. There's actually quite a few fire stuff there. The Transformers collabs is really dope. I might actually check it out. I think Sam did a review of one of them as well, which I need to check out. But I don't know. Anywho, what I want to know is, do you remember Puma Cell? Have you seen any marketing for Puma Cell, the Puma Cell Enduro? Is that something you've even heard of? Because like a lot of people were saying, they don't feel like they've been pushing it enough. Like they've seen the odd thing here and there, but it's obviously not flooding their feeds like on Instagram and all that sort of stuff. And there's obviously no adverts that are big, that are just like in your face for this new shoe. So I don't know how they're getting on with that. Anywho, that is a big waffle on about a little event that I went to yesterday and Puma in general. Hopefully you enjoyed. Like, comment and subscribe. I usually upload videos like this every Monday. My house is back in order. I don't know if anyone remembers, but my house was actual state. My living room was totally decimated. I've been living on like a sofa on concrete for the longest, but now I'm back to normal. So hopefully no delays in getting my videos out and all that. Follow me on Instagram, @ashbashsneakers, Twitter @perfection7. All the details are down below. I'm out. Lady-o.